Knocks it away. Shabbat's got it. Shabbat in. Scores! It's a game winner for Thomas Shabbat.
Wow. Okay, so this is where we're at. The Vancouver Canucks just swept the Ottawa Senators in their 3-game series. The Sens lost 7-1, 5-1, and 4-1. The Canucks scored 16 goals in 3 games versus the Sens, and in those same 3 games, we managed to score 3. Austin Watson, Josh Norris, and Thomas Chabot would get the only goals in this series. And Thomas Chabot was a beauty. He broke into his own. It was unassisted. He broke out into their end and just... Now, I'm not going to go through a review of each of these games individually like I did against Winnipeg, because against Winnipeg, there were some aspects in each game, minus that second one, that the Senators actually looked really good. But aside from the first period in that first game against Vancouver, you know, the Senators are playing really sloppy, and it doesn't even matter if they have a good second period or like a good third period. You need that effort the entire game. And ABYSMAL looks really bad out there. Okay, I'm sorry. Chabot is injured. He's not playing against Edmonton. I know Edmonton's playing right now as I'm recording this. I was just going to wait to see how this game's going. It's just there's so many turnovers. So many times when the Senators pass the puck, it ends up to the other team. Whether it's Vancouver, Toronto, or Winnipeg. There's just the passes are terrible. The breakouts aren't working at all. People will argue Chabot's still developing, but he has looked not like himself out there. And they said in that last game against Vancouver, he looked pretty solid. I still think he looked really shaky. Now, I was always protecting DJ Smith. Now I'm getting a little frustrated because this is unacceptable. But I don't really know what you're supposed to do in this situation. Your veterans are underperforming. Derek Stepan has not performed to the level he's capable of. At least what was expected of him. At least what he did in Arizona. It's not happening here. Evgeny Dadonov brought in for the power play. He has 1 goal, 1 assist, probably 2 now because he's playing against Edmonton. And goaltending, you know, I've been giving a lot of slack to Matt Murray and Marcus Högberg, but they've got to be better than that. Having like a 4 goals against average and a save percentage below 90. Like, even going below 85, that's like, no, that's not NHL caliber numbers whatsoever. That offense needs to start rolling, because when we score 3 goals in 3 games, it's like, oh boy. They only have a certain amount of goals they can use throughout the season, so they're sprinkling it out between individual games. So, yeah, they had 1 goal for each game against Vancouver. Maybe that Vancouver's a team they're only going to score 1 goal against all season. I have no clue. People who look good out of that entire series: Nick Paul, Nikita Zaitsev. Norris has been looking pretty good as well. Norris, I'll give him credit where he deserves it. Our power play is run by the same guy who ran the power play in Toronto a few years back that was always complaining about being abysmal. And it's abysmal here. Maybe you need to switch up the staff. I don't know. It's DJ Smith's first year with this entirely new team. Like, no remaining members are on it from previous organizations. It's a whole new bunch of guys brought in through drafting, free agency, with the exception of a few guys who stuck around like Chabot and Tkachuk. It's hard, man. I don't know what to do. Artyom Zub is going to be playing his first NHL game against Edmonton. He's going to be in because Thomas Chabot's going to be out. Oh boy. This is just, it's unacceptable. The amount we're losing. We knew this season was not going to be great. I know Melnick had expectations of playoffs, but I think a lot of us are realistic. At least we'd be a bit more competitive. But my God, we barely look alive out there half the time. It looks like there's no effort. Like, are you kicking the season in the can because, you know, it's weird, it's only 56 games, you're in Canadian division? Like, I don't know what's going on. DJ Smith's got to find a way to motivate these players, and these players have to find a way to motivate themselves. This is just... we understand it's frustrating for the team, but it's frustrating for the fans as well. And it's, you know, fans can be a little hard, but I think being a little hard on the management right now is justified considering all the crap we've had to go through this season alone. Penalty kill's okay. The only issue is it's used too much because we take too many penalties. I'm looking at you, Chabot. I'm looking at Derek Stepan and Eric Branson for your delay of game penalties that happen all the time. These are avoidable penalties, and having avoidable penalties in your own zone so you're not setting up right in front of your own net, giving the other team plenty of opportunity to score on a 5-on-4, no. In our 5-1 loss to the Vancouver Canucks, we got 43 shots to their 35. There's 2 issues we have right now. We're either not playing consistently, we're not having enough effort, we're not playing good, or when we are, we can't finish. We just can't. How do you have 43 shots and lose 5-1? If the scores were a bit more respectable, I don't think I'd be nearly as angry or complaining as much as I am right now, because at least, you know, it looks like they're trying out there, but it doesn't. In every game I've seen so far, Vancouver, Winnipeg, and Toronto have all, at points, just completely wrapped around the Senators. Yeah, they won the one game against Toronto, but how have they played since then? They've played consistently inconsistent. The Ottawa Senators play the Edmonton Oilers on Monday at 9 p.m. They're hoping to snap this losing streak. They haven't won a game since the first game of the season, and they've only had 1 point since they went to overtime against the Winnipeg Jets, which again was a completely winnable game. Guys, have a great day. If you like this video, give it a like, share with your friends, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Go Sens, go!